I've always had a passion for videography, but I actually had my camera set to automatic for quite a long time. Until 2016 to be precise, where I finally made the decision to learn how to create professional videos. And the learning curve was actually so steep that it only took about half a year until I shot my first paid video for a client. So in this video I show you how I did it and how you can learn videography and get paid for it as well. To become a videographer, you likely think about studying or doing a job education. Now, the only advantage I can see here is that you get connections and recommendations to find jobs after it. Aside from that, I see it as a waste of time, as it usually means that you end up working for a boss instead of using your own creativity. Your salary won't be that high as well, and studying can also cost a lot of money upfront, while learning via YouTube and online courses is a lot cheaper. So for me, becoming a freelancer and eventually building your own social media brand on the side sounds much better. That's the path that I took, and it actually showed me that your videos are likely much earlier on a level where companies pay you for it as you think. And it's also a lot more fun, as you can bring in your own ideas and creativity instead of just having to listen to your boss all the time. But how should you actually get started and learn videography? Let's start with your camera. You might think that you need to spend a lot of money on it, but the reality is that as long as your camera shoots good-looking 1080p footage, you can get away with pretty cheap models. I would not recommend using your smartphone or a GoPro though, because these cameras don't really teach you how to shoot in manual mode and you can't change lenses. Shooting in manual mode and changing lenses are crucial, as both give you more control over your footage, but makes a big difference between amateur and professional videography. If your budget allows for a camera that has good inbuilt stabilization, that's definitely a plus, as otherwise you would need a tripod or a gimbal to avoid shaky footage. Entry-level cameras that I can recommend are the Fujifilm X-S10 and the Panasonic G85, which both have excellent inbuilt stabilization, or the Canon M50 and M6 Mark II, which have better autofocus but only digital stabilization. The good thing is that you can learn everything with these cheaper cameras, and if you get a freelancing job that requires a better one, you can always rent one for a few days. But first you have to learn videography, so what's the best way to do that? Yeah, it sounds cliche, but the best way to learn videography is to create videos regularly and get better over time by watching tutorials and online courses. Now, the big issue that you likely have with this type of learning is that you probably don't know what to shoot videos of. So here I have a few tips to help you with that. The first one is to simply shoot a video about something you find interesting. That can be your or a friend's hobby, a cool job, your pet, a challenge you've overcome, and really everything you can imagine. Generally, choosing a topic and narrowing down what your video should be about helps a lot to come up with ideas. Then you can shoot travel videos, which are actually good to learn videography because you can be extremely creative when it comes to travel, so you learn a lot of stuff. And to shoot travel videos, you mustn't necessarily travel to other countries. There are likely lots of tourist places in your country, and a travel video can also be about activities like hiking, kayaking or cycling or so, and it can be generally just beautiful shots of sunrises, buildings and lots of other stuff. Just look around on Instagram to see what's in your area. And to improve your storytelling, you can also start vlogging. I mean, when you look at people like Casey Neistat, it's just crazy what they do, right? Like even on boring days, they always tell a good story in their vlogs. And that makes vlogging so good to improve your storytelling. Like you always have to find something that you can tell a story about. So if you want to improve your storytelling, definitely start vlogging, but keep your camera in manual mode while doing so. A good addition to vlogging can also be to set challenges that let you focus more on capturing single and beautiful looking shots. It's a bit more like what photographers do, just that you add motion to the shot. A challenge could be, for example, to get an epic sunrise shot at a boring place around you. That's what I focused my practical videography course on. Instead of only teaching you videography by talking into the camera, I give you 12 weeks of exercise that you can do to become a better videographer quickly. The link is in the description below if you find it interesting. And of course, you can also film with other people or do a free internship to learn videography. I also get asked sometimes here on YouTube if people can join me on a shoot, and I generally say yes, because I get a bit of help then and someone else learns something. So don't be shy to ask video creators in your area. They will likely say yes. And now that you have some ideas on what to shoot videos of, it's important that you do it regularly. Try to produce one video per week if somehow possible. That mustn't be long videos as long as you stick to the schedule, because it's like going to the gym. You need many repetitions to build your camera muscles. And to learn even better, you can post your videos on YouTube. That helps a lot because you get feedback from the YouTube analytics and comments from other people. So you know better where to optimize your videos. Yeah, YouTube is kind of the new film school. Very important to become a great videographer is also to edit your own videos. The reason is that by editing your own videos, you see what you can improve when shooting them. For example, if you set the white balance wrong too often, you will have a frustrating experience in the edit, as it can be really hard to fix it sometimes. That will help you to think about white balance during the shoot. But editing your own videos also gives you a feeling for the minimum lengths your clips should have and how the way you shoot affects special effects and transitions. Aside from that, editing is a lot of fun, so enjoy the process. If you're looking for a free but good video editing app, try DaVinci Resolve or the 90-day trial of Final Cut Pro. That's the app that I use. But let's come to what you've likely been waiting for all the time: how to actually make money as a videographer. The time to make a living as a videographer has actually never been better. I mean, yes, there is a lot of competition, but that also means that there's a big market and you only have to be a bit better than the worst professional videographers to make a living from it. So the most important step is to make sure that the right people see your videos. That's why you should upload your videos to YouTube, Facebook and eventually LinkedIn. But don't expect that people magically start asking you to shoot for them. That can happen, but it's rare. You have to be active by hitting them up directly. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn or via email with your best videos that are relevant to their industry. But don't sell directly. Try to get your foot in the door by offering a very short video for free. Of course, even if this video will be short, that video must be very good so that they want more from you. What you can also do is to create a commercial for a certain industry without putting a specific product in it at first. Then you send it to companies in that industry, asking them if they want to buy this commercial, and if yes, you only have to negotiate the price and insert the product or logo at the end of the video, and there you already have a pre-made product. A good example for that is the dog treat commercial from Danny Gewirtz. He shot this commercial with his dog in the nature around his home, so he didn't need anything special for it. I think he already had a company for this commercial before he shot it, but you could easily produce a commercial like that without a client and then try to sell it afterwards. I will leave a link to this commercial in the description. It's super fun to watch, and Danny also has a video on how he created it, so definitely check it out. This tactic can be an easy sale for beginners, as the company already knows what they are paying for. And even if no one buys, you can still use it as a portfolio item. You will find more tactics on how to get your first client in my video business course. The link is in the description as well. But overall, these are the most important steps. Create videos, look how you can improve them, and then make sure that the right people see them. I like this process because it allows you to get paid while building your skills, and you don't have to quit your job immediately. I know, it's a lot of work to get there, but it's also a lot of fun, and if you're really passionate about videography instead of just doing it for the money, it's definitely a process you can enjoy.